Guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 4 sunscreens from 4 popular skincare brands that are tailored towards oily, acne prone skin types and my experience with them. Experiences that I did not expect. Tongue twister. Let's get right into it. So yeah, the first sunscreens that I'm going to be sharing today is Paula's Choice Youth Extending Daily Hydrating Fluid SPF 50. Now this is tailored towards oily combination and even normal skin types. The second one is this one, which is the Isntree, I call it Isntree Hyaluronic Acid Watery Sun Gel SPF 50. The third one is this one. This is Madagascar Centella Ayalisica Water Fit Sun Serum SPF 50 as well. And last but not the least is this one. This is the Eucerin Oil Control Sun Gel Cream. It even says on the container, oily, acne prone skin. I'm going to share these experiences with you in the order that I've used all of these sunscreens. The first one that I did get was this one. Was this particular sunscreen. Now, I've always looked forward to using this sunscreen. Like, this sunscreen has been on my bucket list for the longest time because people have talked so much about how lightweight it is and how it is specifically tailored or like really great for oily skin type. I'm going to show you what the texture feels like on the skin. It is really lightweight. It is super great for oily skin types, but it was breaking me out. So this is it on my skin. I would recommend this sunscreen for oily skin types that are not prone to acne. Not somebody like me. It broke me out like so bad that it wasn't manageable. I would, use this sunscreen in the mornings and I would come back, I would have like this textured bumpy face and I would have like all of these white pimples that were about to pop. I did not want to believe it was this sunscreen because the bar for this sunscreen in my mind was like high up there. There was nothing above this particular one because I'd aspired so much to get it that I did not want to believe that it was a culprit. So I just started alternating things in my routine. It took me like a while before I was able to figure out that this was what was breaking me out. It was really sad. It was really hard to let go. I love the texture of the sunscreen. I think that is what I really look for in a sunscreen. That is what really matters to me in every sunscreen that I get. Like the texture. Are you lightweight? Are you easy to reapply? Does it feel like I have something on my face? And this particular sunscreen ticks all the boxes for me. So imagine my sadness when I had to let go of it because it was breaking me out. So I moved on from this one and then I got the Eucerin one, this particular sunscreen. Now, if Eucerin did not nail anything in this sunscreen, they absolutely nailed the finish. And I'm going to show you guys what I mean. So the finish of this sunscreen, I'm going to give you like 100% for oily skin. This is the sunscreen that I've used that I have loved the finish. Like, I was so happy to discover it. When I started using it, I felt like, oh my God, finally, like I've nailed it. I found it. This is it, that feeling. And then imagine my disappointment when I also realized after like a few weeks of using it that this sunscreen also was breaking me out. The finish is really beautiful. It is super lightweight. It has no odor. It is just really beautiful for oily skin types, but maybe not for people that have like really sensitive skin or who are prone to acne. Now, not that these sunscreens in themselves are bad. It's not like there's something in them that makes them bad or, not proper to use for other people. It's just that there's something that is probably common to these 2 sunscreens in their ingredient list that my skin just does not agree well with, right? And that's fine because different people have like different skin combinations, and it's just, I'm grateful that I was able to figure out that these were the sunscreens breaking me out. And even though they were really difficult to let go, because these are really popular sunscreens, right? These are sunscreens that people look forward to using, and I eventually got to use them and they didn't work for me. Like, how sad can that be? So yeah, it's not like they are bad in themselves. It's just that they may just not be appropriate for certain people. They may be appropriate for, certain people more than other people. That's it. The next one is this particular sunscreen. Now this is an Asian sunscreen, right? And by the time I started using this one, I was just frustrated from using sunscreens. Like, I was just so sad from using different sunscreens and the fact that they just were breaking me out. I did not know earlier that sunscreens are things that can actually break out people that have oily, acne prone skin type. I didn't know that some of the reactions you could get from using a sunscreen is breakouts. So it was just a hard pill to swallow. When I started using this particular sunscreen, I also felt like it was like, you know, it was okay. Although I didn't like the finish because it had like a really oily finish, right? And it did leave white cast. But at this point, I didn't even mind the white cast. It was not going to break me out. Anyway, it broke me out. So yes, the finish is really oily. Do not recommend for oily skin types or oily acne prone skin types. Maybe someone with a dry skin type who is not acne prone and who is maybe lighter in complexion will benefit from using this particular one, but definitely not somebody that is really dark. And yeah, it just leaves a white shine. You might not really see it, but it's there. Like I could see, it just felt like you had white powder splashed on water on your face. Just like that. I had to stop using that as well. Last but not the least, I got this particular sunscreen. So I've always had this sunscreen, you know, somewhere around me. My mom uses the sunscreen and I've always bought her, you know, this sunscreen. I've bought her this sunscreen like over the years, but tell me why I just never thought about using it. I think I just felt like there would be better sunscreens in front. So I just never tried to use this particular one. Anyway, I got it and I got like 2 other Asian sunscreens and I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to keep trying sunscreens until I find the one that works. And the first week that I used this sunscreen, it was marvelous. Maybe the finish is not as great as the Eucerin sunscreen. If I'm giving Eucerin sunscreen like 100%, I'm going to give the Isntree one like maybe a 90-95%, and that's because I just love the finish of the Eucerin sunscreen. There's nothing wrong with the Isntree one. I call it Isntree. I still don't know why. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it correctly, but anyway, this is a sunscreen I currently use now. This one works brilliantly well for my skin. It doesn't break me out. The finish is great. You know, it doesn't sting my eyes or anything. It doesn't leave a white cast. It doesn't have like any odor at all. It's great for reapplication. It feels literally like water on your skin. So yes, this is a sunscreen that I currently use and I absolutely love it because it works for my skin and I'm just so grateful to have discovered it. I went through like 4 sunscreens before I was able to finally discover this one. Now, this is just a reminder that if you've had like a stable routine or you've had a routine that has worked for you and you just recently introduced a couple things and you think you're breaking out, you might want to simplify that routine. You might want to take out like a couple things, alternate a couple things that you're using, or go back to your previous routine. I'm always an advocate for, if it works, don't touch it. Like if you have a routine that works, don't mess with it, don't touch it, right? Or else like you're going to have like a bigger problem on your hand that you have to fix. So yes, I think it's just realizing that we all have like different combinations of different components in our skin and they make us different and they make us react to like things differently. There might be some people who have oily acne prone skin that use this particular one. I have friends, although they're not acne prone, but they use this particular sunscreen and yes, it has worked for them. They love the finish. They absolutely love it, but just not me, and that's fine. I think it's just realizing that and realizing it on time and, you know, being able to just let go and yeah, move on to like other things that work for you. Because I can't deal with acne. I can deal with like everything else, but I just don't want to say acne, like active acne that is like active and hungry. I don't want to see that on my face. Yeah, so this works. And if you're currently experiencing anything like this, you might want to switch things up. Like I said, if you're looking for a sunscreen and you have sensitive, oily, acne prone skin, you might want to try getting this particular sunscreen. Try it out, see if it works for you. And yeah, let me know in the comment section if you've used this particular one or if you've used any of the sunscreen that I've talked about. If you have any questions, feel free to, you know, ask in the comment box down below. If there's anything you want to know or if there's anything you'd like me to talk about, feel free to ask in the comment box below as well. If you've enjoyed watching this video, please like, please share, please subscribe, right? And give it a thumbs up. See you in my next one. Thank you for watching. Bye.